I think we're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Board Game Buffet's first attempt to live stream a playthrough that we're going through. We're using Tabletopia. So my name is Graeme.
And this is Dean.
And the game we're going to be playing today is called School of Sorcery. Now, this just came off Kickstarter in January. It's published by Dr. Finn's Games. And it is a two-player area control / dice rolling game. So I predict Dean should win because it's dice rolling.
I was wondering why you picked this game.
It says it's 30 to 45 minutes, so I figure we'd start with a shorter game for our first live stream. So this is the Board Game Geek page. So let's go into Tabletopia. We already have it worked out, and I've already explained the game to Dean. So I'll do a quick run through of how this game plays, and then we'll get right into the game. So here we have School of Sorcery set up. It is like I said, it's a dice rolling game where you're trying to get area control over these cards across the top of the page. Our rounds are kind of laid out. You can see the little game summary on the left and right hand side of the screen. I am playing blue, so since I'm streaming it, you're going to see my side of the gameplay, but Dean's setup is identical. He's got the same cards that you see here at the bottom of the page. He's got the same set of cards in his hand, just that we can't see them. So we're going to start off by taking 5 crystals into our personal supply, where they're going to be rolling dice. And these dice represent the locations or the cards up at the top of the board. We're going to roll the dice, and we're going to be adding some of our cards here face down to the 3 different dice that we are rolling. Once both Dean and I have done that, we're going to reveal it, and we're going to be putting crystals from our personal supply onto these cards to try and win those cards. If you look at these cards, top left-hand corner, the big number is the number of crystals it's going to take to win that card. So someone has to put 3. For example, if you look at this broken wand, we have to put 3 crystals on there to win that. The little red number below it shows you how many more dice you need to have than the other player. So if Dean puts no crystals on this broken wand, I just have to put 3 crystals on it. If Dean puts 1 crystal, then I always have to have 2 more than he does. So 1 crystal, that's fine. I put my 3, I still win. If he puts 2 crystals on there, my 3 doesn't meet that threshold. I'd have to put 4 crystals on. So I always have to have 2 more than what he puts on to have 3 or more crystals on there. If no one, so we do that. We also have some this portal thing here, which is kind of a random thing during the game. So if anybody puts crystals here, once we've revealed cards and put our crystals on the personal supply, any crystals that we put on this this portal, then we decide where those are going to go. So if only one of us puts crystals there, they get to choose wherever their crystals go. If both of us put there, then we have to have a secret roll-off that will determine who gets to place their crystals first and who goes second. So once those portals are done, we can activate any of the cards. So there are 3 different types of cards in this game. There's green cards, which we see, it's just pure luck, I guess, that we have all green cards across the top. These are instant cards. As soon as one of us wins them, we're going to do whatever it says across the bottom. And the goal of the game is to get 13 victory points. You're going to get the victory points by winning these cards. Top right-hand corner will show you how much these cards are worth. So once we place our crystals, use the portal, we then look at any permanent effects, which are red cards. There's a third type of cards which we haven't seen yet, which are yellow cards. Yellow cards are kind of once per round you can activate them. So green's instant, yellow's once per round, reds are permanent effects. So then we go to phase 4, which are activate powers. Who's ever got this little wizard is technically first player. They will get to activate their red cards and yellow cards first, and then the other player gets to do it. Then we're going to evaluate all the locations, see who wins. Whoever wins, their crystals go back into the general supply. Whoever loses gets to put those crystals back in your personal supply so you can use them the next round. If no one wins it, the crystals just stay there. First person to 13 points is the winner, and as soon as someone reaches 13 points, the game's over. That person wins. You can play up to 16 points for a longer game. And that's basically it. We're going to be talking through this game. Neither Dean or I have played it. I explained the rules to Dean before we start to play. Sounds pretty simple. Hopefully there's not going to be too much complication, so why don't we jump right into it?
So yeah, the only other thing you might want to say is the flipping icon versus the reroll.
Yes. So I was going to go through that when we played cards, but if you notice this card,
Oh, okay.
This card here, for example, anything that's got this little flip symbol on it, When I reveal that card, I'm going to flip this die to its opposite side. So if I played this card here, when I reveal it, this is no longer a 5, it's now going to be a 2. So my crystals are going to go to 2 as opposed to 5. If I don't like my die roll, I do have limited numbers of rerolls, and I can reroll as many dice as I want. So you're going to roll your dice. If I don't like them, I get to reroll them kind of before you place your cards. So I think that is enough to get us started. As you see the gameplay, by the looks of it, you're going to be able to pick this up. And like I said, this is a dice game, so I'm assuming Dean is going to win.
I hope so.
So the first thing we do is you take 5 crystals out of our bag, grab 5, and put them into my personal supply. I guess the reason why you have the bag for your personal supply is so the other person doesn't know how many crystals you have, because you may not play all your crystals, you're going to be getting crystals back. So when we're fighting over majority, but
if I hover over yours, I can still see. So
Dean's just cheating. That's all. Okay, so we did phase 1. So we took our 5 crystals. Now go to phase 2, which is cast crystals. So we are going to take all of our 3 dice. And roll. Then we're going to decide which cards we want to play. You do have this card here, which is a nothing. So I could, kind of bluff Dean by putting that card down on, like, let's say the 5. He might think, oh, Graeme's trying to go for 5, but I've played this card, so I'm actually going to be placing nothing. I'm actually going to play this card.
Do I need to flip it before I put it out?
If you just...
I just drag it, it'll flip?
Yeah. So if you've never played Tabletopia before, if you drag a card to your... all the way to the bottom edge, it kind of puts it in your hand and the other player can't see it. So when I play this card down, you notice that Dean can't see this card. But when I drop it, it automatically flips over. Now Dean can see the back of that card. This one. Now we can watch what Dean's doing, so I know I'm going after that one.
Okay.
Okay, so now we've all placed them, so now we're going to flip all of our cards over. Okay, so the first thing that happens is this die here gets flipped over. Set this 2. Then we place our crystals out. Crystals out. This one says I put 2 on 2. Maybe overkill, but
that's a 4. Who's cheating now? All right. So I get a 1 on the 3. And then I get 3 on 1. Okay.
Okay. So we cast our crystals. So phase 3 is a portal. No one's placed a portal, so we skip that. We then do activate powers. And since I have the little wizard here, I get to activate my powers first. So I look at my ambrosia. We both have the same number of VP, so nothing happens. And I can add crystals to 3 and or 4 if I have fewer crystals than my opponent, which doesn't happen. We're tied here. So nothing happens for mine.
Now I'm assuming to use the one where it says add crystals, you have to have them in your bag. You can't take out of your personal supply. You can't take them out of the general. Maybe.
Add a crystal means taking a crystal from the general supply and adding it to the sorcery card at that location.
Oh, okay.
So it wouldn't come out of my personal supply. It would come out of my bag.
Okay. And did you not do it?
3 or 4. I don't have fewer than you do.
Oh, I get you. So I'm 2 or 5. I could put one there, and I don't have fewer there, so I will do that. I will take one out of here and put it on the 2 location. Okay.
Okay. So we've activated our cards. Dean can't use his crystal gems because, again, we have the same number of E. We then evaluate all locations, starting from 6 down to 1. So nothing happens here, not until we reach here. So this needs a total of 2 gems. We both have 1, so these crystals will stay here. We then come down to Fireball. So Fireball does activate. So I have 4 crystals, and I have more than 1 than Dean has. So I've won this card. So my crystals go back into this bag, and Dean's crystal goes back into his personal supply. Because I've won this one, it activates right away. Just roll a die and an opponent and remove an opponent die. So I'm hoping to get a 1. Take this and roll it. Got a 4. Nothing. Dean doesn't have anything here, so that doesn't happen. But I do get 2 victory points. So I'm now at 2. That card is done. And then Dean does his Cup of Jasmine here. And again, that does not have enough crystals on it because it needs 5. He's only got 3. Refill this location. It's weird that I don't know what the card distribution is. So we're having all greens, but like I said, there should be some yellows and there are some more reds in this deck here.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the victory point thing. So we start at 2? It's just kind of weird.
Okay, so I guess start at 2. Do I have 2 victory points?
I guess, then I'm not on it, I suppose. How do you do 1? That's weird.
Have a quick look.
Maybe you just start at 2 and you just go up by 2. Maybe you're at 4.
Okay. So we actually do start with some victory points. We start with the victory points from our red cards. So I would start with 3. Dean also starts with 3 victory points.
I gotcha.
And then
okay.
I just scored 2 victory points, so I'm
Gotcha. Okay. Must be a quick game.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that this is going to be quick. Maybe we should be fighting more for cards.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so that's the end of the round. That. Assuming we take our cards back, because it says you always start with the 6 in your hand. Sense. Oh. Made a slight mistake here. So this is the one that came out. All these others get shifted.
Oh, okay. Does this one stay then, or does it go away?
No, that one stays.
Okay. I'm like, I'd be really irritated if it goes away. All right, so it changes the number location. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Mistake. So, as we said, we are learning this. This portal card comes out. Everything gets shifted down in that one. So the portal is now card number 5.
And these cards don't ever leave, or do they?
No.
Okay.
It says, so after checking all locations, slide sorcery cards and crystals, if any, and the portal card from the higher number locations to the lower number locations to fill any empty locations, if there are any. If a card has 12 or more crystals on it, then those crystals go back to the general supply, and you discard the sorcery card, because basically that card's gone.
Okay.
If the portal reaches location 1, and then it kind of flips back to number 5.
All right.
Okay, so we need to take our take our cards back into our hand. Entertain the watchers, Dean, while I have a quick look at the rules. Tell them about the wonderful work that you do.
Well, my main work is working with technologically challenged gamers and how to implement them in Tabletopia games flawlessly by explaining the rules ahead of time and then going back and referencing them repeatedly during a live stream.
Okay, so it does say that you must always use 3 or 6 cards, and all 6 cards are available every round. So yes, the 3 cards come back into your hand.
You got it right.
And then we go back up to phase 1. You know what? I'm not going to remember to move this little wizard each phase.
Oh yeah,
but we shall keep it. Whoever has the most victory points basically gets to go first when we evaluate our red and yellow cards. So let's keep it for that. I think the bag for our personal crystal supply is kind of superfluous.
Mm-hmm.
The game says to do it, so we shall. Okay, so we roll our dice.
Where's it at? There it is. 3, 6, 4. All right. 3, 6, 4. Alrighty. Which one is this 6 here? Ooh, nice.
Dean always tries to overthink this. Just play your cards at random like I do.
Shush it. Alright, let me see here.
I do like the look of this game. When I was looking at the Kickstarter page, the base pledge was only like $20 for this. And usually what we found is the art that you see in Tabletopia is pretty much the art and components you're going to be getting in the game. You probably don't get cloth bags. Maybe not get bags at all for your crystals, but I'm not sure whether they're...
Well, I mean, if you were playing it not on Tabletopia, the personal bag, supply bag would be good because you don't want people to know how many gems you have.
Yes.
But yeah, okay,
yeah.
I'm done.
Okay, so then we flip our cards over. Okay, so Dean and I both did a flip. So my 4 to a 3. Dean 6 goes to a...
So can I pick the side? There you go. All right.
Okay, then we place our crystals.
I get 2 on the 1, 3 on the 4.
Okay. Cast all your crystals.
Mm-hmm.
No one's used the portal. When we activate powers, I'm still first player. So Dean does not have more VP than I do, so that doesn't happen. And then add crystals to 3 and 4 if you do have less at 4. Add 1, 2. Okay.
Okay. And I have
fewer, not less.
Yeah, so 2 or 5. Well, it says 2 and or 5. I didn't realize you could do it. Okay. Okay, so 2, I have fewer, so I will add a crystal. And 5, nope. And then add 1 if your opponent has more VP, so then I can add 1. Let's look here. So on this one, so I've got to have 2 more than you. Is that how I'm reading this on the broken wand?
Yes.
I need a minimum of 3.
You have to have 2
So
more. So currently
so
you
I'm
are winning.
fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine there. That's 4 and 2. Which one is this? It's a 2, and you got to have 2 more. So right now you're going to win that.
Yeah, and even if you add another 1, I'm still going to win.
Why? It'd be 4 to 3. And you got to have more than, you got to have 2 more.
That's right, I do have to have 2. Yep.
Don't try to psychologically get in my head like, no, it isn't going to matter. All right, I'm going to add 1 there then. Okay.
So then we evaluate locations. So nothing here. So Dean wins this one.
Mm-hmm.
This crystal comes back into my bag, and he loses. Now he's not going to score anything for that card now, but if he gets a second broken wand, the second one will be worth 7 points.
Did you? And I don't know how it looks on your side with the streaming. That you might want to click on it just so they get a close-up view of it, maybe.
So as soon as he gets the second one, as you can see from here, you can see that he will also. I'm assuming though you take 2 crystals when you get the second. It says scored 7 VPs.
Yeah.
If you have both broken wands, also take 2 crystals.
I would assume, yeah.
So he's going to take that and put it in his used cards. No one has won the character card. Dean stopped me from getting the trident, and then Dean has won a cup of...
whatever.
So he's going to score 3 victory points, and he's going to be able to add a crystal to any location. Again, that crystal is going to come from his general supply up here.
Drop one off to the side there. Hold on a second now. It's
You need help. What was that about? Here.
Yeah, it keeps taking them out. I can't get the ones off the side. All right. So what does this one do? Add 1 crystal to any location. All right. So I will take this one, and I will add it to this location. Yeah, I debated on putting the other one out there to stop you, because then I could have got the other 2 crystals back into my personal use, but I don't know. Okay. And
then you score your 3 victory points from your...
That's right. All right, so 3 takes me to 6. Okay.
Everything slides down. Okay, so here's our first yellow one. So when you take it, if you win the yellow one, it's going to come down to these permanent cards here, and it's going to be once per round. So it's one-time use. At the end of the round, you're going to reset it. This one says...
That's pretty good.
Turn one of your dice to any results, and it's worth 3 victory points. That's a pretty nice one to get. I should also mention these character cards have the little question mark in the top right-hand corner. And whenever you take them, you're going to be scoring in crystals as many characters you currently have. So the first one that you take, I believe, is worth nothing. Or it's going to be worth 1. But the second one you're going to take is worth 2. The third one you take is 3, etc. Okay. So we get our cards back. Dean has more victory points than I do, so he is now first player. We take 5 crystals. Bag. Can't see my huge supply of personal crystals.
Oh, good God. Turn away. Don't look.
Good thing
All
people
right.
won't see this. They won't see your ineptitude at basic technologies.
Shut it.
Okay.
Okay.
So roll our dice. And
Oh yeah. Hmm.
got my normal.
Hmm. I'm going to use one of my reroll tokens here.
Okay.
I'm going to reroll 2 of these dice. Okay. Okay. Right. Well, okay. I'll just have to work with it. These things do here. You can find that.
As typical, waiting for Dean.
Yeah.
I was looking at, I guess because of the lockdown, noticed that my local game store has not got any new games in last, I want to say, week. I'm looking forward to getting some new games. Of course, I won't be able to pick them up; they'll have to be delivered. But it's interesting that if you listen to our last podcast, depends when you listen to this. But our last Talking Across the Game Board podcast, we were talking about multiplayer games that we like with 2 players. Now looking at that 2-player option for new games anyway, much more stringently, because who knows when we're going to be able to get the game group back together and play 4-player. But we are planning to play a 4-player game on Tabletopia, hopefully next weekend if the other 2 guys can get the technology working. Because I don't think either one of them have ever used it. So, as you've seen from Dean's ability to use Tabletopia, there is a learning curve. It's not very steep, but it's just steep enough that Dean keeps on rolling back.
But see, the great thing about Tabletopia is that it's so accurate that even in this game, I have sausage fingers.
But I must say, I do like Tabletopia. We have tried Tabletop Simulator.
Mm-hmm.
Tabletopia has rules kind of built in, which I like. So it does make playing the game a bit easier. And by that I mean, like when you're laying out cards, they go face down. You don't have to worry about flipping them. You know that if you're supposed to play a card face down, Tabletopia is going to play the card face down.
Yeah, and for the most part, it works pretty well. I mean, unless you get a game that's got a lot of tokens, a lot of bits going on, it can get a little tedious. But a game like this is really almost perfect in Tabletopia.
Yeah, we have played games where you had to stack tokens on top of other tokens in Tabletopia, and that is an effort and futility. It's not fun to do.
All right.
Okay, so we've laid out our cards, so we flip them over to find out where our dice go. So I have a flip die here, so this is going to go from 4. Dean's also got a flip, so he's going to go from 6. And if you're ever unsure, there is like a little handy thing in your book here that shows you what the other side flips to. But I'm sure most of you know, opposite sides of the dice always equals 7. Okay, so now we're going to take our... Okay, so here's a situation that I messed up on. I do not have enough crystals to cover all of my cards.
Oh, that's a shame.
So now Dean gets to decide. So I can only activate 6 crystals. So Dean will decide which cards I get to activate. So he can't... My understanding is he couldn't pick just the 2 and the 4. Sorry, my first card and my last card here. Because I do have more crystals than that.
I got to at least pick... yeah, I got you.
Yeah, so if you try to cast more crystals than you have, your opponent decides which of your assigned cards to cast are in effect. The opponent must choose your cast cards so that you cast as many crystals as possible. So he basically has to pick my 3 and one of my 2s.
All right.
So which one are you going to pick?
So your 3 and one of your 2. Well, I'm going to go with the...
Yeah, so this one has to go off, this 3-1.
So let's see here. So that would give you 5, but if you put them in the portal, you can always move them anyways. Yeah. So it'd be 5. So what's this one? This is you gotta win by at least 3 more.
Yeah.
Ooh. All right. So it's gonna be 5 to 5. Yeah, you can use the 2 6s.
6s?
Yeah. All right, so I've got 5 that are coming to the 6.
Guess we both want that card.
And I've got 2. Oops. God bless it, come on. 2 that are going to the 1. All right.
Okay, now Dean is first player, so he gets to activate his red cards first.
All right, so 2 or 5.
2 and or 5.
2 and or 5. Okay. All right, so yes. And 5, I don't have anything because you don't have any crystals. Okay. And I have more victory points, so I can stick this one back in. All right.
Okay, so I get to take 2 crystals because you have more VP than I do. Bag. And then locations 3 and 4, if you have more than I do, I get to add 1, so 1. Okay. Again, no one's gone on portal, which we kind of skipped the step, but no one doesn't matter. So when we evaluate, so no one's going to win the potion. Nothing, 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 nothing.
Mm-hmm.
No one wins anything. Okay. So Dean still keeps the wizard hat. 1. Nice. So this potion is actually interesting because if we get more than 12 crystals on it, then
it just goes away, right?
Away, yeah. So no, it could be that no one wins that potion. I just roll. Okay. Outthink.
That shouldn't be hard. Mm. Always waiting on Graeme.
Yep. Okay. Do a flip. Both did a flip die. Side. Okay, then we place our crystals out.
So when does the 12 go into effect? At the end of the scoring?
Yes, so during phase 5 when we're doing the evaluation of the cards, if we evaluate a card and no one has won it, and there's 12 or more crystals on it, then it goes away. So if you win it with more than 12 crystals, that's fine.
Gotcha.
But it's just if no one wins it, then it goes away.
And then the 4 is here. Yeah, I think I miscalculated on that. I forgot it was 3. I was thinking it was 2. That I had to beat you by, but it's actually 3. So that's just going to end up going away.
Okay, and then we get to activate the portal. So I'm the only person with portal ones here, so I can move these to somewhere else.
I hate you.
Okay, and then you get to activate your powers first because you are still first player.
All right, so no, so it's 2 or 5, right?
The 2/1 kicks in.
2. The 5, yeah, nothing. Okay.
Okay, and you have more VP than I do, so I get to take tag. And then 3 and 4. More than I do at 4, so I get
to
hide there. And we evaluate from top to bottom. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to my 5. So you did not beat it.
Right. Yeah.
So that card's going to go away, and those crystals go back to the general supply. They don't go back.
Oops, wrong bag. Come on. All right, it's not going to let me do that then. Huh. I'll do it the old-fashioned way. And I guess the upside, at least you didn't get them in your personal supply, but...
So that card is discarded. No one's won the wizard hat, because Dean has not beat me by 2. No, neither one of us has 5. This character here, I do meet the requirement, so I win this. These go personal.
Does go back to your general supply.
Yes. Yeah, yours go to your personal, mine go to...
Right.
So this one is I get as many VPs as I have characters. I only have 1 character, so I get 1 crystal and 1 VP. This card here, I need to beat Dean by 2, so I got 1, 2, 7 to Dean 5, so I just barely make it.
Okay.
Dean gets his to his personal. And this activates right away, so it says add 1 crystal to the portal. So next round happen, and I get 1. So I am now first. I have more VP. So all these shift down. Oh, there's a red card. Now the different colored cards are coming. So roll a die and add 1 crystal to die location. That's nice. Shifting your crystals means that you can move it to another location.
Oh, shield's nice too.
Shield stops someone else from using permanent power. Yeah, that isn't nice. Okay, so we draw 5 crystals out. Cards. One of your cards you didn't put back in your hand, Dean.
Yeah. What is she doing up there? All right.
Cool.
Okay. So it's a 3-1, 4-2, and a 5-3. Okay.
Come on, Dean, just make a decision. You
Hey, here, so do you have to flip it if you use a card with a with the flipping it icon?
Oh, you mean is that flipping mandatory?
Yeah. I'm just curious.
It says you may not use the card's power or to its full effect.
Okay.
But that's your power cards. You must flip. If you place a flip card, then you must flip the die.
Okay. Hmm. Okay.
Okay, so we flip our cards. Oh, none of us used the flipping.
So I got 1 to 4. I got 2 to 1. 3 to 2. 2, 3. What's it put there? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
But you should win it because you have more than I do.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we use the portal. Now both of us have crystals in the portal, so we're gonna have to. Now the rules say you secretly roll a die, and whoever has the highest is gets to go first.
Is that if we both have crystals there, or we both have the same number of crystals there,
So,
or
just as long as we both have crystals there. So the way the
Okay.
rules say is you're going to secretly select. So you're going to take a die and you're going to secretly put it on a number. Then we both reveal it at the same time, and then that's where we place our crystals.
Oh, so we're not rolling it to see who gets placed
Right.
first. We're choosing the location.
Yes. So we're going to choose the location, and we both have to do this secretly and simultaneously, and then we both reveal saying, "Oh, I'm going to 2, you're going to 3, whatever."
Okay. I don't know how you do that secretly, but
That's just
sure.
it. I'm not sure how to do this secretly. Well, if you select your die, you can.
What happens if you both choose to go to the same location?
Then they'll both go to the same location.
I got you. Okay.
Okay, so I've selected So what I did is I did a right click on my die and it did the set face. So I'm ready to set my face on my leftmost die.
Oops, hold on.
So when you're ready, I'll click it and we'll both set it to that.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
Yep.
We both went to 6.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I kind of figured as much. What's that one got to be beat by? Just one?
Just one.
Yeah, I kind of figured I needed to stop you there. Okay.
Okay, so then we activate
then...
the player powers. So I am first. So I don't take any more crystals. But at locations 3 and 4, so I get to add a crystal to the crystal ball. There. Dean.
Okay. I get a crystal because you have more victory points. And that just goes in my bag,
No,
right?
no.
Yep.
Your magic gem
do I
says
get to place it?
Place it on any location. Mine is mine goes into my bag. Yours you get to place it right on the location.
All right, so I get to place it on location. Wait just a sec here. That's a 2 or a 5.
Either one of those.
Okay, so I can't stop you there. I don't need it there.
Sure you do. Just throw an extra crystal on
Um, I will throw it here.
Okay, so we've activated our powers, and then we evaluate from left. So I win the shield, 3-2, and I beat Dean by more than 1. That's why I'm surprised.
Oh crap! I thought it was 2.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't put your extra one there. Okay, so Dean gets.
I thought it was 2 on that one.
So Dean gets his crystal back. Mine goes in high. Goes from here. Right. Magic carpet, nothing. Crystal ball hasn't been met yet. Angela is being met. This is my second character. So it scores as many VPs and take as many crystals as characters you have. So that's my second one. So I get 2 more victory points. I get 2 crystals.
Okay.
Dean wins the wizard hat. Gets a reroll token. Gets 2 reroll tokens, so he gets the one used, and there's.
Okay, so there's this one, and I get 3 victory points. So that's 9. Okay.
Nothing happens here. So it says that so that comes off the board, the spell gets shifted. Back to. Oh, there's Dean's other broken wand. If he can get that one, because he would get 7 victory points. Okay, so crystal's out of the bag.
Okay.
Dice.
All right. What is this? I'm gonna use one of my reroll tokens. I'm gonna reroll these 2.
Now that you're flush with rerolls.
That's all right. Okay. I'm assuming you got to use your rerolls. I mean, and then we place cards.
Yes.
Okay.
And if a card ability gives you the chance to roll a die, you can use your rerolls on that special ability.
Okay.
I'm going to have to.
Oh, that was very good. That worked out well for you. Okay.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep. Yeah, kind of figured that. So flip our dice to the other sides.
No, nothing else is. Either way, having the first one is much harder on the second one because it's easier for the other person to block it because they can either win it or they can just get it taken out of the game by exceeding 12.
Yeah, and
I mean, I guess I could have let you win it, but it's worth 0 points to you.
yeah.
But then at the same time, it's you got to try to go for it if you have the other half.
But if you know that I'm going to, especially if you look at my die rolls, if you know I'm going to load up on, but it's kind of one of those things when we both have to use our rerolls during the phase 2.
Right.
So if let's say I did a really good, let's say I rolled all 5s,
Mm-hmm.
then you're pretty sure that, and I don't use a reroll, then you're pretty sure that I'm going to win 5. So in other words, you give me the 0 points and try and reroll yours so you can win the other cards, which may get you, 4 or 5 points.
Right.
Do it that way.
Yeah, I contemplated
Yeah.
not flipping the actual 2 one, or just putting the regular die down for it.
Okay, so we use the portal, so I get to place my crystals. I have to move all 3 to the. I gotta move them too. I have to move them. Seven to 7. So we're 7 versus 7. You have to win by 2.
So that card will go away.
Yep.
I think. Well, let's see. Hold on. Because the most I could do is put 1.
But technically, you could put 2. If I let you put. No, you can't because we're tied for that one.
Because it's got to be fewer.
Okay, so now we use activate powers. I'm still first, so I'm going to use my shield to stop you from using your magic gems one.
Okay.
And on 3 and 4, we don't have any crystals, and I do not have less victory points. So none of
Right.
the only thing I'm doing is I'm stopping your magic gems from happening.
All right. And doesn't it mean good to put one more tide there anyway,
Yeah.
so it wouldn't do any good because it'd go back to the general supply. So okay, so that's done.
Yeah. So the broken one disappears, so all of our ones go back to our general supplies. Our whole 14 gems. Dropped your card too.
I did what?
Your card? Your
Oh, where'd that card go?
you thrown it off the side.
I don't see it.
I don't know where it went. It when you picked up your gems,
Yeah.
it kind of is it might be in here.
I don't see how it could be. Well, we know it's the one that's the 2 and the 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Goes
I didn't even see it.
that one goes away, and nothing else scores. Down, card out.
Oh, Jesus. What is that one? Is it any good? That's a person one, but can't let you get. You already got 3 or 2.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Don't look at my cards. I have no
I didn't.
people.
I didn't look at it, man. My mind is like a steel trap. I'm a card counter. Okay. Um. Hmm. Well, I think I'm gonna use a reroll for 2 of these. Yeah, that's not necessarily much better, but sure. Okay. You good?
Yep.
Second here. This one.
Okay.
Okay. Yep.
Card.
6. Okay. So I got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I got 3 to the 5. Oops. I've got 2 to the 6. And another 2 to the 6.
I have a feel that card's going to be disappearing as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Now we do the portal. Since we both have ones on there.
What was it? 5 to 4. You're going to win by 2. So you put the 1 on there. That would still give you the 2. So ain't that a bad thing? All right. So.
Okay, so we need to select a die and then select a face on it.
All right, I'm ready.
Ready? Okay.
Yep. It's a shame you can't split those, that they all have to go to the same. I hate wasting all 3 of them there. But yeah, so that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on mine, and you're going to have what?
5, 6. The 6. So it's going to go away because you don't beat me by 2.
All right.
Okay, so then we.
Nothing. Oh yes, we need to do the
Yeah, so we need to do our special abilities. Because I'm first, I'm going to block your magic gem.
Okay.
Because since I had more VP, you could technically add another one to 6, and you could win it.
Now, do we do it before we move the portal dice?
Yeah. So
I mean, I'm saying, do we use the red power cards before the portal dice, or we move the portal dice?
No, you move the portal dice first. So
okay.
Phase 2 is casting the gems. Phase 3 is use portal, and phase 4 is activate your powers.
Okay.
So
you're gonna stop me from using magic gems.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. My other one was 2 and 5, so that doesn't matter.
Yeah. And my 3 and 4 don't matter. So basically, none of our special things trigger.
Right.
So this one doesn't work. So we get all of our gems back into our general supply. Dino's not willing to let me just have one card. That's it. Just one card. Is that really that difficult?
Yeah, well, you shouldn't have stole my wand.
It was a broken wand anyway.
I could have fixed it. Oh, come on.
Yeah, I can see how you could have fixed it.
Shut up. Oh, for the love of God.
So your job is helping technically efficient people, eh?
Sure.
Okay, so that goes away. Nothing else happens. We got a nuke.
Okay, I thought it was going to be a quicker game, but now I can see why it takes probably 45 minutes. Okay.
Why can't I get these dice rolls when I actually need them, like in Ameritrash games?
Right. Oh, yeah, you got the 3 6s too, didn't you? Okay. Okay.
Okay. So our crystal.
Oh, this one flips to a 5. And that's 7 crystals. All right, so the 5 gets 2. The 6 gets 3. And the 1 gets 2. All right.
Okay.
So this one is what?
Portal.
So I need 5. Got to beat me by 2. So you would get that right now. So I guess I'm going here. This is 5 to 6. No one's getting that.
Okay. Do abilities. So okay. I'm going to block your magic gem again.
Mm-hmm.
My 3 and 4 matter. Need to get more VP so I can use some of my cards.
Yeah, or actually play on the 3 and 4, which I'm not gonna do. So okay.
Yep.
And then so this stays.
Everything stays.
That stays. Okay.
Crystals. Oh.
Are you gonna re-roll something? If nothing else, I'm gonna make you burn those re-rolls.
No, I'm not.
Okay. Two. You got a 3 and you got a 4. So that's a 3. 1 by 2. That's a 5. And that's a 4. 1 by 2, but you could make that a 5. Those would just flip to each other, so you could put that a 5. Make that. I'm just thinking. Sorry. So where are we at now? We're at 2, 4, so we're at 11. Got to win by 2. Is that correct? Yes. Okay. So you can't. You could put on the 4. Well, there's only 2 dice that flip, right? Or 2 cards that flip
Yes.
dice. One's a 1, one's a 2. All right, so if you made that a 2, okay. All right.
Okay. Flip. Seven.
Putting out 5. So I got 3 going to 6. I I got 2 on. Okay. So what do you got there? You got, I got 5, 6, 7. I've got 8. You're 6.
Who would win?
Mm-hmm.
Portal.
Correct.
And then we activate our cards. So again, I'm going to stop your M.
Okay. Now I'm just curious. I'm just thinking. So if I understand how it all triggers off, why wouldn't you have put your 2? I know you still would have been 1 short.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, because the way it triggers off, you would have then been able to win because you would have had 2
Yeah.
points, 2 points.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out how to get 3 on here, 5 on here.
But you already had, yeah, you had 3.
Yeah, but I placed 3 this round.
Right.
I placed.
Yeah.
I mean, I could have maybe tried to re-roll to see whether I can get, some sort of combination with these 3 that would work out, but I just. Okay, so
Okay.
yeah, so we use his abilities, nothing happens. Now we evaluate, so nothing happens with this one. Crystals, bags.
Yeah, because there's nothing on 5 or 2, so I couldn't do anything. Okay. All right. Stupid thing. Why won't it just give me the dice? All right, I'll do it later.
Okay, so I get this one. This one.
What's that card give you? Take as many crystals as opponent crystals on portal.
That gives me points. One's here, and you win this one.
Right. And this one goes to your personal. All right, what does this card give me? Roll a die and add 1 crystal to that location. Okay, so that's a permanent one. And I get a victory point. All right. So what do you got? 1 point to victory, and I'm 3 points to victory.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Oh, I guess technically we should have been for the powers should have been going back and forth.
Oh,
Like when
instead of all one person using theirs?
yeah, it wouldn't make a difference because I'm constantly doing the shield to stop you from being
Right.
able to place the 1 token, and our other ones didn't trigger. So
Right. All right, so let's roll. Oh, wait. Let me get my 5. All right, let's roll some dice. Oops, this one didn't roll. All right. So, um, I'm just debating here. I'm gonna use a reroll here real quick. I'm gonna reroll this one, this one. 6, 2. Hmm. Okay.
I don't know what that, because my understanding is that activates during the activate powers phase.
What's that?
That Teleria card. So it says take as many crystals as your opponent has crystals on the portal. But you do the portal first before you activate the powers.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, no. Okay. Anytime you may stop the game to use that card's power.
Yeah. Okay, so.
Oh, yeah, we might have to put an asterisk beside this game.
Well, that's a first.
So these aren't one time per round, these are one time use cards.
Ah. Oh, well, yeah. You've only screwed me out of 3 crystals, probably.
You think it would have made a difference?
Oh, absolutely. No, I don't know.
No, like could we were tied here, right?
Well, yeah, because the one would have used the reason you stopped is because I would have won that one card. When I've been able to put the one crystal out, because it would have let me beat you by 2, but instead it was like I only beat you by 1, and so they all went away. But whatever, it's whatever. It's no big deal. I'll know deep down in my heart that I won that card. I don't even remember which one it was, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think it was this. I think it was the character card.
It was. Yeah, it was that or the
Ocean?
It was something with a weapon or something. Is there one in there with a weapon?
Just the 4.
I think it was a Spear of Destiny one. But I don't know. Whatever. Neither here nor there. So okay, let me.
The Spear of Destiny was the last one, and I thought we were tied on that.
Okay, then it was probably the one before that. Then.
Yeah, which was the character card.
Right.
So that technically you should have one more point then.
Whatever. It's not going to matter. One of us is either going to win or lose on this turn.
Yeah.
So. All right. So. And it wouldn't change which cards I need to go for.
And it won't change who gets to activate their powers first, because if it was the character card, which I think it was, you would be at 11 points. I have 12 points.
Right. Yeah. No, it's not. It's not changing anything, really. All right. So. That's so hard to. So those 2. I could go to the portal. Okay. I think I still need to. I think I still need to. I'm gonna have to. Can you use more than one reroll?
I believe so, yeah.
All right, I'm still gonna have to. I think I'm gonna have to reroll that one and this one. Okay, that may change if whatever decisions or whatever you want to make too.
Ah. No.
Okay.
So should we just declare Book of Fate null and void?
I don't know.
Okay. Done casting our gems. Now we go to Portal. Oh.
That's 6 to 7. Okay.
I can't stop you.
Can't stop me.
No. Yeah, that's going to be it then.
So I get 1 for the because I'm behind, right?
Yeah. Where are you going to put it?
Yeah. Okay. And then what?
I was just thinking that I think because it says as soon as someone reaches 13. So even if I went for another one,
Right. I had to go for this one to be able to trigger first.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you would have got this and you would have won.
Yeah.
So, and then roll 1 die and add 1 crystal to a die location. But I don't think you can't do anything else to put more on here, right?
No, because I activate on 3 and 4, and then I can't take any more crystals, and I can't use my thing. I can use my shield.
Yeah. All right, because I could put 1 out on 2, but that you wouldn't get it anyways. And then, I mean, this one just allow me to roll a die and put a crystal out on
6.
On 6.
Okay, so we evaluate, and Dean wins, so he comes from behind and gets 13 victory points.
Boop. Yeah, that was the only chance I had. I had to, with the way they trigger off, I had to get that first card.
We were both fighting for the same card.
Yeah, that's why I just had to keep burning those rerolls, I guess.
I mean, I didn't burn any rerolls, but it ended up, putting everything on 6 anyway.
Right. Yeah, you being able to. When I looked at it first, I'm like, I don't think he's gonna stun me. Then I thought, oh crap, he's gonna put it in the portal and just move it there anyways.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's that stupid magic gem that got me. Actually, both of your cards worked out for you. Nice.
Yeah, and I couldn't. I couldn't. I couldn't manipulate my dice or leave them there to put him in the portal to move because you had that stupid card, which would have given you just as many.
Yes.
Extra crystals. So I was down to just luck of the die roll.
Yep. Of course. See, I told you it comes down to luck of the die roll, and I lose at those type of games.
Well, I mean, you were leading most of the game and then cheating for a good portion of it as well, so it really worked out well for you.
I figured that my luck at die roll should be offsetted by my ability to cheat. I mean,
yeah. Well, like I said, I don't think it really. I mean, it didn't really change anything because I think the card, even at a 1-point card, there weren't. I didn't have any choice. I had to go for this card, whether it was 2 points or 3 points. I needed to get that one because it triggered first.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I mean, you could have gone simply for the 4, or for the this one, the second one here for the for the characters,
Yeah, I mean,
and you would have won.
as soon as I saw that you had the ability to get all your dice on like for sixes, it's like, okay, what? It's I have to fight him for the 6.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So, what do you think of the game as
It
a
was.
quick first bite?
I mean, it was fine. I mean, I like I like area majority type cards or type games. I like the ability that you can flip your dice. It's still luck. I mean, it still comes down to the dice rolls. And had I not gotten the one card which gave me the 2 extra re-rolls, then I wouldn't have been able to win this game.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't have had that chance. Um, I do like the fact that it was clarified that it's a one-time use, because that could have been, I'm sure there are some other cards that'd be pretty powerful if you got to keep using them over and over again during the game. But it could probably. I mean, I don't know how many cards are in the deck, but I could see it. This is a game where we probably need some additional cards down the road. Otherwise, it'd probably be pretty samey.
Yeah, because there's only 11 cards left in the deck. Although we scored points early on, like the first round, I think I scored some points, but then there was kind of that long stretch when all we were doing was denying the other person from getting something.
Yeah, it did seem a little bit more of a defensive game, or a little more. I would say not a whole lot of take that. It was just more defense of, you know, blocking everyone else's move. But I mean, we haven't seen all the cards, but I mean, some of the cards are pretty good, and then some you're just looking for. It's like anything else. If it's higher victory points, it probably doesn't have as powerful of an action on it.
Yeah.
Um, it's just the whole balance of being able to meet the minimum requirement to take the card, but then also beat your opponent by the certain amount. And then it's always the weighing your choices of, well, I really want to win this card, but I got to play defense on this card, which was a constant decision on every turn.
Yeah.
Do I want to block, or do I want to try to win a card?
Yeah, I thought it was a fun little game. I don't know if I'd rush out and buy it when it hits retail. It's going to depend on how much it is, but I mean, for a Tabletopia game for 2 players, I actually kind of enjoy this, even though I'm not a big fan of the luck of the dice roll.
Right.
I like the reroll ability, and I really like that flip ability on those cards. I mean, we were using it almost every single round. It really allows you to. We didn't use it as much for bluffing, but it did give you some more options of which one do I want to go after. I mean, there are definitely some rounds that I don't know whether giving up on some of the cards we had discarded. So I think there was one round when you could have won another card.
I could have, because well, you won the card. I could have. No, see. I could have won the card, or I could have stopped you. No, I think I could have stopped you. I was thinking you had to beat it by 3, and it was only 2, so I had a gem in the portal, and I placed it somewhere else, or somewhere. Maybe it's coming from my other ability.
I think
I placed it somewhere else and let you get the card.
Yeah, and it was this shield one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, I mean, it would definitely be a game that I would play again on Tabletopia.
Yeah.
I think it plays fast enough. It's smooth enough. There's not a whole lot of moving stuff around, other than the crystals. So, it's pretty minor as far as upkeep on the system. But yeah, I mean, it's a good, probably 45-minute game that you could knock out. So it's a lot better than some of the ones we've played.
That's true. I'm just going to go back to the Board Game Geek page.
And as you're doing that, I would say, Dr. Finn or Steve Finn. It's not like this is the first game he's ever made. I mean, I think we discussed. I think he did Biblios and some others. So I would expect, a decent game coming from him.
So I pulled up the Board Game Geek page again. So this is the information about it. And I will say that since the Kickstarter is closed, you're going to have to buy it. From your local store or directly from Dr. Finn's games. And my understanding is that if you want to buy it directly from him, he only ships in the U.S. So if you're outside of the U.S., I'm not sure about the availability of this game, which is unfortunate. But I understand this point because he's an independent publisher, and it's expensive to mail stuff outside of your own country. Me being in Canada, it's the same thing. It's expensive to ship across the border. If you are in the U.S., I mean, definitely check out the website for Dr. Finn's games and see if there's this game or any other games that you've been interested in.
Yeah, I don't know what the price point would be on this game. I mean, the dice are probably the most expensive part. So, it's probably not overly expensive. But I mean, if you need to play it on Tabletopia, it does a fine job.
And like I said, the Kickstarter had just the game for $20, and I think he said the retail version was going to be 30 or 35. So it's not an overly expensive game. But yeah, I mean, definitely if you're interested, try it on Tabletopia. It is a lot of, like I said, I had fun, and for a free game on Tabletopia, it was enjoyable.
Absolutely.
Okay, so with that ends our stream. Hopefully, it worked out, and you want to see more of this. Let us know. You can contact us through, I guess, email at, well, either myself at acrossthegameboard@gmail.com or Dean's email address, which is something.
Board Board Game Buffet Podcast at gmail.com.
Yeah, so either one of those, if you are interested in the game or any other suggestions you have for stuff on Tabletopia, let us know. We're going to try and make this a at least semi-regular thing. It really depends on our schedules. And this is recorded live, but it's not going out live. So this is posted to our Patreon page, which you'll be able to find links. I don't know whether we're actually going to be doing one of these live where you can maybe ask us questions as we're playing, but we shall see. So until next time, thanks for watching.
See ya.